Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to another video. Today I'm going to talk to you about lumber prices. And the prices that I'm talking about today are going to be skewed towards the Canadian marketplace, of course. I'm going to look at some year-over-year price increases relating to a project that I had planned and purchased materials for, luckily, last year in July that I've held off on building due to time constraints. But now I'm looking to start back up, and I'm definitely saving a little bit in the price of lumber since I bought it back in July. So I'll go through the difference there. And I want to say that percentage-wise, we have seen an increase anywhere from 2.5 to 3.5 times an increase in our construction-grade lumber, construction sheet goods, and that sort of thing. Although, and this is going to come up in the review that I do in a moment, the cost of hardwood lumber and hardwood sheet goods or cabinetry-grade sheet goods has not gone up nearly as much as the construction-grade counterpart. So very interesting, and something that has been a more positive impact for me and my style of woodworking, although my direct home improvement woodworking has been impacted significantly. And I have a video coming out about that in the near future, about some outdoor projects. So we wanted to build a deck this year. We wanted to do some nice garden boxes. We wanted to build a bin to put the garbage bins in outside. And yeah, frankly, with the cost of cedar and some other outdoor boards, I think we're gonna have to table a few of those. Hopefully still do the garbage one to free up a little bit of room in this one-car garage. But I wanna highlight a couple of woodworkers that have done a great job covering the increase in price in lumber. So I'll link first of all to Richard over at Woodworking Garage. He has produced a number of really high quality videos. I know that they focus on the US market, but that is also highly relevant to those of us here in Canada. And very good price comparison. He's done a lot of interviews with, or a few interviews with industry experts, and that goes a long way in bringing some credibility. And I also want to highlight John over at Lincoln Street Woodworks, who put out a video last night as I was mostly through the planning for this video, but how the price increase in lumber is not across the board. It's not impacting hardwoods nearly as much. And that's definitely how I'm going to be skewing this video. So luckily, I do have both the plans with prices as well as some receipts from my purchase last year for this project. And if any of you watching either work in the lumber industry here in Canada specifically, or really anywhere, and want to reach out to me, feel free to go to the About page on my YouTube channel and contact me directly. I'd love to interview you, whether it's on camera or offline, and then I can relay that on camera. I'd love to do that. But for now, let's jump to the computer, get to some spreadsheets, and I'll show you how a project planned and purchased the materials for in July 2020 compares to if I were to buy that material now. Let's go. So before I get to the price, I just want to show you the actual project. And this is just a very simple step back cupboard that I'm building for our kitchen. It's going to be made out of maple plywood that's really going to be painted. So maple might even be overkill. It's not like high-end cabinet grade by any means. And then some poplar trimming around it for the face frame. Got some nice slides and hinges and that sort of thing. A few shelves. And so this is what it's designed like. It's funny the way that I scan these images, it blurs out Veritas at the top. But so I pulled some rough pricing. This was from July. I bought the materials July 2nd of last year, 2020. So this was probably planned a couple of weeks before that. So I planned both maple and poplar and just kind of wrote down the price of a whole bunch of different sizes as I figured out how many, board feet I really needed. And it's funny because I have a good planer, and I wasn't looking at rough material because I really just wanted to get it. I wanted to get it in, get it done. It doesn't need to be absolutely perfect for this project. So I really just wanted to save some time with some pre-milled stock. And let's not worry too much about these prices. I'll show them in a spreadsheet in a moment. Then I went through some more planning here. Again, this is all from almost a year ago. Not too much on pricing here. And then finally, just to prove that I did buy the materials. So this was on the 2nd of July last year. So bought some cove molding, a bunch of pieces of poplar, and some maple plywood. So this is all Canadian dollars. This is bought at Home Depot in London, Ontario. I did not shop around too much. Again, we were going in and out of lockdown, so I really just wanted to go scoop up what I could. So let's get to the spreadsheet, and let's just hide these ones for now, although you can go back in the video and take a look. But let's take a look at maple. So the maple lumber, so again, just a various number of sizes. It doesn't matter too much about those, with plywood at the bottom. So the majority of these pieces, so again, like 8 foot, 6 foot lengths of various dimensions, really up between 10 and almost 17% across the board. Even 3/4 inch maple plywood up 15%. So while that is an increase, it's not too far out of the increase that I've just kind of gradually been seeing year over year. Like I'd say just anecdotally, maybe I was seeing like a 5 to 10% increase year over year. So not too much more than that. Again, this is prices from July 2nd of last year, or around then. It would have been when I wrote them down. And then on the 19th, so today, the day I'm hopefully posting this video. So again, not a huge increase, nowhere near the like 200 to 400% increase that we're seeing in construction lumber. Then taking a look at poplar, the increase is even less. And so here we're seeing like as low as 2.5% and as high as 12.5%. And here's a little caveat. I don't know if I had this written down wrong originally. $18 seems very high. So I feel like this was just me writing it down wrong at the time. But yeah, if we were to just kind of take the majority of this, you're probably around like a 5% increase on poplar, which is a great piece or great type of wood for a lot of beginner woodworkers to use, especially if you're going to be painting projects. Poplar is fantastic. You're not overpaying for it. It's more durable than pine. Highly recommend poplar. And then finally, you just want to highlight cove molding. So this was just pine cove molding, 8-foot section of 11/16. Went from roughly $8 to $9. I dropped all the decimals on these just to do a very quick comparison, but rounded up or down. So 12% increase on molding, which I don't think is super uncommon from a year-over-year increase. So now let's take a look at these hidden ones. So taking a look at my specific invoice, and before people wonder, well, why did you buy 1x4 by 6 foot and then 1x4 by 8 foot? It was the quality of the material. I was just being a little nitpicky with what I was buying. But here we have my exact prices. Again, this is from this actual receipt and being brought in here. So bought those, bought the cove molding, bought the plywood. And then this is me going to Home Depot right now, going to their website. And this is the exact price that I would have been paying now. This all excludes tax, but it's just 13% on the bottom anyways. So here we have what it was in July. And of course, everything has gone up, but not that much. Again, comparatively, like a 12% increase year over year, if you're a professional woodworker or cabinet shop, that can be significant, but it's nowhere near the 200 to 400% that we're seeing in the construction space, or for woodworkers that primarily deal with construction lumber or pine or cedar, that sort of thing. So again, I very much empathize with that because it is impacting me specifically with my outdoor woodworking projects this year. But at the same time, kind of what my focus is more on cabinetry and that sort of thing, not so bad. And I would say anecdotally as well, looking at hardwood dealers. So for my usual like cherry, walnut, maple, those are kind of the three types of wood that I use in almost all my projects now. After I went through an exotic wood stage that we won't talk about. It smells so badly, too oily and hard to finish. But yeah, now with maple, cherry, walnut, the used marketplaces, if anything, have gone down. It almost seems like there's an excess of inventory of just kind of small local hobbyist wood mills, if that makes sense, selling off rough cut lumber at a discount. And some of the more established hardwood dealers have probably seen like that 15 to 25% increase. Again, if there are any of you watching right now or know of anybody, please, again, send them to my about page and the email address that you can get there and have them contact me. I'd absolutely love to talk to somebody that either works in general lumber or hardwood, milling, any of that kind of stuff. I'd love to talk with the industry. But anyways, this is my findings. This is what is impacting me directly. Again, there's a lot of great coverage from a number of other channels. So I want to take a bit more of a unique take. So hopefully this, maybe it'll get some woodworkers to transition from working with construction type materials to some more accessible hardwoods. Again, like the poplar, even getting into maple, cherry, walnut. There's a lot of really good stuff out there for you to experiment with. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos, and hit the subscribe button if you like it, and leave a comment below. Thanks.